Neither does Dana White, the New England native. Joining us, we have the featherweight championship this Saturday. UFC President Dana White. He joins us on the program. Dana, you still a Patriots fan?
I am a Patriots fan. Yeah, I'll be for life. But I'm not going to lie. I'm a little interested in what's going on down in Florida now too, because I'm such a huge Brady fan and Gronk. So I'll be following two teams this year.
How much did that hurt though when you realized Brady was leaving town?
Yeah, I think it hurt everybody. You know, it's one of those things where a guy who's brought so much enjoyment and fun, and a lot of incredible Sundays over the last 10 years, thanks to him. And you'd like to see him retire in New England, but doesn't work out.
Did you think you had a chance of talking him into going to the Raiders?
I did have a chance. I did. I think that he was very interested in the Raiders.
Okay,
but that's none of my business. That's none of my business.
Yeah, but you're kind of the conduit. You're the liaison there. You were the power broker there. That Tom, here's Mark Davis. We got the Raiders in Vegas. How do we make this work?
Apparently I wasn't. Okay, apparently I wasn't the power broker. I thought I was, and I tried to be, but I wasn't.
If somebody didn't realize what had happened the last 2 months with UFC, how would you sum up the last 2 months for your sport?
It's funny me saying this. If you look at where we came from, no television, no pay-per-view, all the things when we started, not sanctioned by any state, to say that the last 2 months has been probably the hardest 2 months of my career is pretty hilarious. But I always believed that we could pull this thing off. We could do it, and we could do it safely. And now I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I'm going into my 5th or 6th fight this Saturday during a pandemic, and all the other things that are going on in the world right now. We're moving, we're cranking.
But what was the biggest hurdle through the last 2 months?
I have been getting blasted by the media. And when I say that, being blasted by the media, these guys were literally trying to do everything in their power to make these events not happen, from calling athletic commissions to politicians to venues, you name it. People did not, and when I say people, I mean media, did not want this event to happen. And, I think I pissed off a lot of people when I made it happen.
But not your fans. And that's all you care about.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not my fans, not my fighters, and not my employees. So that's the only group of people I'm concerned with.
How many times have you been tested for coronavirus?
So today, after today and tomorrow, I'll have been tested 7 times for COVID-19 and 6 antibody tests.
Any positives?
No positives.
How many fighters have tested positive?
2. Well, that we've tested. We've tested, out of all the fighters that we've tested, 1, but there was another fighter out of New York who had tested positive on his own and got through it. Had no problems.
Did you actually look at buying an island? Are you still looking at buying an island?
No, well, we do. We have Fight Island. The infrastructure is coming together. Probably in the next week, I'll start releasing pictures of Fight Island. And yeah, because when you look at our business, Dan, I started looking at all the problems we're probably going to have. And as this thing started to escalate and get crazier and crazier, the number one problem is, and will be for a while, is getting people in from other countries. And we are a global business. We have fighters from all over the world. And I can't keep putting on fights in the United States without having international fights, or I'm gonna smoke through all of my talent in the US. So we're looking at, I think it's June 27th will probably be our first fight on Fight Island.
Why don't you just have a resort, like a UFC resort?
Times are tough. I don't know if I can be building resorts right now. This thing will be nice. It will make do. And it will, these guys will have a place where they can come from all over the world, and it will be safe. And these guys will be able to compete, and they'll be able to make a living.
If John Jones had stayed out of trouble, let's say that last 6, 7 years. Would he be still be the face of UFC?
You would think so. At the time, when you look at John Jones at one point in his career, on his trunks, on one side he had Nike, on the other side he had Gatorade. And I truly believe that he is the greatest of all time. And imagine if John Jones had been doing the right things outside of the octagon, training, getting better, all this stuff. He is such a freak of nature and such a good athlete. God knows what he could have accomplished. Listen, I think very highly of LeBron James. If I'm a Celtics fan, but you can't not like LeBron James, and you cannot deny the work ethic that this guy has. All the good things that he's done. When he goes onto a team, he raises the level of all the players, and he wins championships, or he gets you close. And I think that when I say that John Jones could have been the LeBron James of the sport, it is the ultimate compliment.
Yeah. Can you work together anymore?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Listen, this isn't our first falling out, and it definitely will not be our last.
Did you ever want to fight Conor McGregor?
Did I want to fight him?
Like out of the ring?
Dan, I'm 50 years old. I don't want to fight anybody.
Well, I know, but did you ever get angry enough where you just wanted to grab him?
I fight to get on a treadmill every day. Trust me. Last thing I want to do is fight any of these guys. No. Listen, I have 600 and something alpha male and females under contract. We're going to butt heads, and there's going to be problems, and things are going to happen. But at the end of the day, I have the utmost respect for these guys and girls and how hard they train and what they do. And believe me, the last thing I'm looking to do is fight any of these guys.
What about Glazer? You against Jay Glazer? I'd watch.
That's hilarious.
Wait.
Everybody wants to see Glazer get his ass kicked. I don't know why, but they do.
Will you tell the story of why you left Boston?
Yeah. So I was in the boxing business back there, and to make ends meet, me and my partner used to train, executives, anybody that wanted to learn how to box. And we had a nice little business going. And I was teaching a class one day at one of the local health clubs, and these two guys walked in right in the middle of my class and asked me, "We need to talk to you outside." Like, I'm in the middle of a class. I was thinking, who the hell are these guys? Are they with the club or whatever? So they were pretty adamant that we needed to talk. So we went out into the hallway, and I figured out who they were. And, basically they wanted money. I got a call one day.
This is the mob.
Yeah, this is the mob. I got a call one day. They wanted like $1,500 from me, $2,500, whatever the number was. I don't remember, but at that time, might as well have been $25,000 to me. And, I ignored it and hoped it would go away. And one day I was at my apartment, and I got a call saying, you got till tomorrow at 1:00 to pay us. I said, or what? And I said, are you going to find out? I literally hung up the phone, picked it back up, and called Delta and got a one-way ticket back to Vegas.
Did you ever hear from these guys? They never went to Vegas?
No. So what happened was, a few months after that is when all the stuff went down, and they started digging up bodies down at the beach, and, Whitey Bulger fled, and, all that stuff happened, a few months after I left.
You ever come in contact with Whitey Bulger?
No, never did.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing. Or his guys, any of his guys. So, yeah, no, it's all good.
The fight this weekend, you want to give the plug here?
Yeah, I mean, there's, first of all, stacked card, tons of great fights. And at the end of the day, when you tune in for a sporting event, and especially a fight, you want a couple of those moments where you jump out of the chair, look at everybody and everybody's going crazy. We have a few of those fights on here, and obviously the main event, Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer. Amanda Nunes has beat the who's who of mixed martial arts. She is the greatest female fighter of all time and one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time. It is fun to see her work, and she doesn't just win, she finishes people. So great main event.
But this isn't even, Ronda Rousey's not even in her league.
Well, she fought Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Ronda was the woman that made everything blow up. Ronda Rousey showed the world that women can fight and women can sell tickets and women can make as much money as men. Ronda Rousey was the pioneer that blew the whole lid off this thing. And then, you know, you had all these women that were unbelievable in all these different weight classes, these women that are unbelievable, and people love to watch the women fight. Amanda Nunes has beat them all and beat them all convincingly. And, you know, she's the best to ever do it.
When you saw Holly Holm take out Ronda Rousey, what'd you think?
It was crazy. It was we were in a stadium in Australia, and the fight was so hot. Everybody was saying that Holly Holm had no chance and she couldn't win. So it was one of those shock the world moments. And Holly Holm became incredibly famous after that fight.
Yeah, I always wondered that if you're a promoter and you see one of your stars go down, now I know that means another star steps up, but this is Ronda Rousey, and you're looking at what that means for the box office.
Yeah, well, eventually, you know, every star ends up going away, whether it's here in NBA or NFL. But I was very close to Ronda Rousey, to have an amazing relationship with her. We're close friends. So the weird thing about this business is you become close to these kids, and then you've watched them fight. And you know, many times there's two people fighting that you really care about. And it's a crazy business.
But,
you know,
but Dana, I was wondering about this, where, you know, you can see where like a fighter's soul is taken. You know, it felt like Ronda Rousey, when she lost more than just a fight. Did you sense that?
Well, what happens is, and especially for somebody like Ronda Rousey, who you know, blew the lid off this whole thing and literally changed the game for women. She was under tremendous pressure, 24/7. The media started to get to her. You know, the pressure of continuing to fight and win and win and win and win. She's trying to do movies. She was trying to, you know, create her own TV show. She had a lot on her plate, and you know, it gets to be a lot.
Yeah, I just wondered about that, where, you know, I've seen where guys lose a fight, boxers, and you just see it. It's like they just don't want to do. They lose more than just a bout. They lose more than just a fight. There's something that's like, I always thought Tyson, when he lost to Buster Douglas, he lost more than just a fight that night. He lost his invincibility, and it felt like that Ronda lost her invincibility because we didn't think that she could lose.
Right. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. But sometimes when that happens and somebody loses like that and they disappear and they go away, Ronda Rousey went right to the WWE, killed it over there, became a huge superstar for them, and she's continuing to do things. So I don't know if that was the case as much as I think the mounting tremendous amount of pressure, you know.
Yeah. That was
finally wiped her out.
Amazing run there. Dana, good to talk to you. Have fun this weekend, and we appreciate your time. And, you know, I would look into that Fight Island resort. You know, it'd be great. You know, you could have fun rides there. I could stay in the Conor McGregor suite. You know, we could come up with some things. Tap out restaurant. I think we're good. I mean, I got it, Dana. I got it.
Let's talk.
Thank you, Dana.
See you, buddy. Have a great weekend.
That's Dana White, UFC president.